Alright, this is my print for the 3-piece bow stem. These are made out of 3 pieces, 36 inches long to this point right here, and they're staggered back 1 inch apart. So I staggered those two, measures 36 each one of them, and they have a 45-degree bevel on each side. I'm not going to cut the top and bottom until after it's installed. So let's install that now. Okay, I'm just going to match these tips up right here. The inside, this outside corner. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna put a pencil line on this thing. So now that we have this bow stem in place, we have to fit this chine log to it. And we're going to keep the bottom, this bottom edge, flush with the bottom of the boat. So I already know that this is going to get a 45-degree angle. Just like that, and also on the top of it, it's also going to get the same 45 back like that. Alright, I'm going to cut the other side while I get the saw set up. Alright, so I got that chine fitted in place. I just clamped it a couple places. And now we'll go and mark the end. So I'm just going to reach under, mark that, and I'm going to subtract for the thickness of half the transom. So that's the line I described right there, and I want to come back 1 layer. So that's another 3/4, plus I'm going to give ourselves another 1/8 wiggle room. Sometimes when you bend this chine, it seems to grow. So I'm going to get rid of this line and cut this. And then I'm going to match it up to the other one, trace that, and cut that the same length because we know our sheets are the same length. So I get this chine pushed up right where I want it. I'm going to get 1 screw in this, and then I'm going to flip it over, get them from the other side. working alone. Alright, I'm gonna lay out a series of holes about 6 inches apart and pre-drill all these. Keeping this flush with the chine, using 1-inch screws. Six inches apart. I'm up about 1 inch off the bottom. All right, here's my bow. I just pre-drilled holes 5 inches apart. I came in 1.5 inches. I came down 1.5 inches in, and 5 inches apart. All right, so the time's come now to assemble the building jig. First thing I got here is these are two 12-foot 2x4s. And this one's just laying flat. This one's screwed up into that. And I'm going to attach these to the concrete floor. That just helps with when you're bending the plywood around, that the jig doesn't move. So that's what I take care of right now. I have pre-drilled holes. I'm setting up these stations, I like to use a string line or a laser. So on the two ends, station 1 and 4, I'll put that center, line up the transom with my center, put a string line in between. If these are not exactly in the center, these two middle stations, what you can do is you can just unscrew this piece and slide it whatever direction you need to get that center mark. I have these all set up right now. So I just got this transom temporarily clamped on there, and I'm going to go ahead and put some screws in these corner braces, brackets, by a little L bracket on each side. So the next step is I'm going to glue the chine and the bow stem to the sides and wrap those on the jig. Okay, I'm using 1¼ inch number 10 screws for this. Right along. I'm going to put 1-inch screws here. Okay, the side is going on the boat. And there it will stay. It's always nicer if you have a helper, but I never do, so this is what you got. Okay, I'm going to butt it into the transom. reason I gluing this and bending at the same time is because I think if I let the glue dry on the chine, it might make it stiffer to make the bend at the bow. But that's only a theory. Let me get a screw in the transom, and then I'll work on bending the bow together. Alright, we're close already. I'd say it's time to glue it up and work it in. I'm using Total Boat Thixo epoxy. It's pre-thickened epoxy. Great for tedious jobs. Alright, I'm using 1 1/4 screws. That wasn't so hard. I'm gonna do the one above the hole, and that should line this one up. A little deep. Pretty good right there. All right, let's put this together. All right, that definitely went together with a little bit of struggle working alone. Clamping the chine to the L brackets did not work out good. I should definitely have put screws in there because it popped off once when I was working it. Let me get this all in here. That's an inch. So I'm using 1 1/4 screws here. just gonna clean up a little glue.